Welcome back. This is AC taking you through Divinity, Original Sin. Now we just had a long story in the last episode, so let's do a bit of exploring, a few short dialogues, side quests.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
So in here, this is the stone that teleported us to the end of time. So what's in the crime scene? There's not really much. We can take this painting to sell. And then what's in the chest? Can we pick lock that? Roderick, can you pick lock? No. So we'll attack it. I might need Madora, she's a bit stronger. She's basically the tank of the group. Okay, what did we find? Put your weapons away, because people will not like that. We got some equipment. We can't identify this yet, we need a magnifying glass. And a letter from the Duke of Ferrol.
It's official! The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
So your lips are as red as emeralds, your hair is as black as birch, your love is like cholesterol, and oh my heart it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms and stroke your little head, and all this would be easier if Councillor Jake were dead. Forever yours, the Duke of Ferrol. Let's talk to this guy then. Seems like he might be a suspect there. Here he is.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
So we found this love letter you wrote to Esmeralda.
Which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake.
What do you know about Jake's murder?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Councillor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
Okay. So he was in love with Jake's wife.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
We can talk to this cat for a side quest.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Tell me about the ship you was on.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor then?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
About Maxine.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I had serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
So that's the side quest. We need to
Purring sound. Mind control.
get him and Maxine together.
Don't be seduced, comrades.
Oh, sorry, Medora. I didn't mean to frighten you. Red and orange.
So what shall we do next? Let's do a short side quest. There's been a lot of main story quests, so let's break it up a little bit. So here is a side quest.
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour.
My word!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end.
So it's a talking head. Tell me about yourself.
I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicile. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst, you're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Oh, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
Okay, so we got to take this head, but there's too many people watching.
You don't look like someone who's ever been You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. Cry your eyes out and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head.
Let's discuss this talking head.
That's right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you a yarn so fantastic, you'll be begging to hear just one more, and just one more. It's quite a story how I found him, too.
So, now we talk to this guy.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world-famous Reginald the Entertainer. Better check it out if you don't want to miss the time of your life.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. I'm amazed and astounded that for a meager gold coin or two, I can take in this first-rate entertainment all day long.
The same show all day.
Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return. My voice happens to carry pretty far. Sicile hears me. Sicile wants to see what the fuss is all about. And let me tell you, this amazing show just can't be beat.
So he's a crowd warmer.
Fantastic.
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have
So go over here. And there's another guy.
Performers, showmen, show all of you. Sign seal what you're made of. You there! Sit! Stay a while. Right in front. I'll excite you. I'll delight you. I'll beguile you. I'll besmile you. I'm Cedric the Sensational, and I'm playing to an empty audience.
Tell me about yourself.
Don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling of the town. People came from far and wide just to witness my amazing act. When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head. Now, I never expected a silly gimmick like that to be my main competition. It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
Haven't you heard? Reginald uses a crowd warmer.
A person whose sole job is to praise the performance and stir a crowd. A genius invention. No wonder Reginald has had such success. I knew his act couldn't have outshone mine on its merits alone. Please, you must hire him for me. Imagine the scowl on that conman's face when my rightful audience returns to me. A must-see event.
Let's try and hire this guy then.
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up!
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. Well, I don't see why I should. Reginald and I have grown rather friendly, you know? And in any case, it'll be hard to pull myself away from this fantastic show.
So now we need to do rock, paper, scissors. And I think this one is the best chance we have.
Today, I think, appeared the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Hopefully we win.
It is said, and this I have heard,
I think if we lose, we just have to pay some money.
Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for him. So ardently did he crave and gory heads that he ordered a contest.
I suppose there are worse things than spreading a bit of the old Gallagher treatment. There are certainly enough Legionnaires to go around.
So he will take these people away. There is another way to do it by performing on this stage here.
You look like an actor just waiting for his
And the crowd sit down here. And then you can take the head.
Like someone who's never been serenaded by a severed head.
Fantastic!
Step right up!
So he should draw the crowd over here now.
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
This is the finest show in the land!
Sherman, show all of the Seal what you're made of. Apart from beer and flatulence.
So when they're all sat down, we can take the head.
All right.
stage call you?
I haven't even told them about the locust-eating monks' yearly pilgrimage.
Strange! You appear to be my only client. Did the whole of Sicil eat some bad chicken, or what?
How about your competition, Cedric?
I knew that fool could never have garnered so much as a guffaw on his own merits. I'll see to this matter immediately.
And now everyone's gone.
Trotting off to.
We can take the head.
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
Okay, we're leveled up with all that side quest experience. And I think, who is this one? Scarlet. She can get another talent. What shall we get? Magician? No. My precious, every time you get hit the gear is 50%. No. Pack mule later on. Let's go with blacksmith and crafting. And some defense. Bodybuilding. And Roderick. Let's give him pinpoint for grenades. Stench, no. Five-star diner doubles the effect of food. Let's go with the 5-star diner, because we'll need the food. And we'll give him, I think we'll save this point, 1 point. So there is a key to that guy's house, which you find in one of these boxes here. So this was the performance, and his house key is here, and his house is here. Reginald's house, and underneath here is a trapdoor or a hatch. Move the carpet. So it just gives you a bit of extra information on the side quest. So now in Reginald's basement we can use Nick's head.
Ah, a little privacy at last. Out of earshot of that contemptible jester, we can finally speak freely. Where shall we begin?
Tell me about yourself.
My true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate. I once dared to defy him and he savagely beheaded me for the attempt. Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became enraged and tossed my head into the sea. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Seal Fair. All I know is I just can't take it anymore.
You want to be reunited with your body then?
More than anything. But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is among them, sightless and silent in their vile company. For all I know, they're using it as a coat rack. Traveller, if there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves.
Well, let's try and do that then.
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
So we need to find his body in the Black Cove. That's that side quest finished. Teleporter pyramids we're finished. Mysterious murder, we're still looking at suspects. Source Hunter's journey, that's the main story. We've been Councillor's wife, so that's a suspect. This is the Cap Unsinkable Sam and Headless Nick. So next let's go into the town square.
Not in the mood for cheese. No excuses more home than a slice of this.
And another suspect is in here. Theron's House of Healing. What's going on in here?
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Oh, I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I.
About the healing stone.
Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously.
So how about the patients?
What would you like to know?
About Boris.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away.
And about Stephen.
Quite the venerable staple of Seal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Seal is familiar with Grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family.
So let's make the decision.
You are? I thank you 1,000,000 times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
I'll go with Boris, I think.
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
Yes, Boris deserves to experience all the pleasures of life that Stephen has already enjoyed.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man. My heart breaks for the other.
So she'll use the stone.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This light?
So that's the same thing that happened earlier. So take the stone.
I know it's here somewhere. I wouldn't want to ruin this particular batch of
I'm
party
feeling
cakes.
stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my hero. I promise I won't waste the life you've given me.
What will you do with your renewed life?
What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you. I'll see it all. Do it all. And after I've climbed every mountain in Rivalon, and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life. I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute.
Okay.
Sorry, friend. I wish there were enough stones for both of us.
So we'll leave it here, guys. And in the next
I
episode,
don't know what I did to deserve this, but
we'll do a little more story. And
I feel no pleasure in bidding you
soon
farewell, friend.
we will go outside. Level 3. Yeah, it's a good idea to get a few levels in the town before you go outside, because the enemies,
I don't know what I did
they're
to
not very
deserve this, but
forgiving.
I'm beyond grateful.
So guys, if you like the video, please hit
I
the
feel
like
no
button
pleasure in bidding you
and maybe
farewell.
subscribe.
I know it's here somewhere.
But until next time,
Ruin this
see you soon.
batch of
I
party
don't know what I
cakes.
did to deserve this,